We see you getting after your fitness goals. But what about those money goals? You can count on Credit Karma for a clear view of your finances and your progress, helping you see results so you can keep checking off those financial personal bests and find your way to money. Progress never felt so good. Download the Intuit Credit Karma app and start achieving your money goals today. Intuit Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Welcome to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. Only this time, it's a special episode with just me as the host. We are in Cabo right now. It's going to be the best episode. We have so many amazing guests. This is going to be great. A lot of people have been asking, why are we in Cabo? How the hell do I know all these people from The Bachelor and Love is Blind? Because I feel like that was the number one question asked to me. The answer is because we all have the same amazing publicist. Her name is Lori, and we are here celebrating her 40th birthday. Hello, Lori. She's going to be my first guest today. And, okay, so I just want to know from the beginning, how did this come about? Like, who was invited? Like, why did you pick this group? How did this happen?
So I've actually been planning my 40th birthday, as you know, for the last year, literally a year. Because we were supposed to actually go to Cabo last summer for my birthday, but I don't remember what happened, but that didn't work out. So I decided, you know what, this is a really special trip. I knew this great place in Cabo, and I said to myself, this would be a great 40th birthday idea. And at first we were going to actually do it with the guys too, but the house that we were staying in only was able to have a certain amount of people. And I thought to myself, why not just have all the girls here?
Hell yeah.
So I invited all my girl clients. Not everybody, unfortunately, was able to come. A lot of people had other commitments or they had weddings, and completely understand. But I was so happy to get, how many are we here? Like, I think 9 of us right now.
Yeah.
And it's just been the most amazing, special trip ever. Astrid was actually, as you know, supposed to come, but she's 6 months pregnant and she got super sick the day before.
Which I understand.
She's so upset. She was so excited to be here and just kind of get away from the baby and her husband a little bit, but you know,
which is why this is like the best trip ever. Girls trip, hell yes. Everybody's been so amazing. I know everybody's been like, how do you know all the Bachelor people? So it just made so much sense. And I just wanted to like make it clear for people, we all have the best publicist, and that's why. And she's like, not only our publicist, you are like literally one of my closest friends. I love you dearly. And I just feel like you're just amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And I don't know what I would do without you, honestly. Like, what would any of us do without you? Like, seriously. But, so, first off, time for questions. Who is your favorite client?
Oh, wow.
In front of everybody. So just so you guys know, everybody that's going to be on the podcast today is sitting around in a living room listening. So this is like, we are on point. Who is your favorite client and who is the hardest to work with?
Wow, you're really starting deep.
Yeah, got to.
Okay. So I want to say my favorite client actually varies depending on the week. Honestly. There's certain weeks that I'm looking at Abigail right now. You know, I'd say for like a good month, Abigail was my favorite, but now I think it might be Serena because Serena's just so on top of her work and on it. And Abby's just been ignoring texts here and there and emails. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it's funny, but truthfully, I feel like all of my clients really are family to me. I always say that, and people don't understand it, and they're always, you know, they'll look on Instagram and everything and think and make certain comments like, so weird, her dynamic with her clients. But you know how it is, like, we really go through everything together.
Yes.
The highs, the lows, where we work together every single day, day in, day out, and you really do become like family. So, I mean, I love everyone truly. I mean, don't get me wrong.
But I'm your favorite, right?
Listen, I will say you're one of my longest clients.
Yes.
So really, it's been, I feel like it's almost like 7 years.
Yeah.
And
that's how I met all these girls. So like, thank you.
But
for
I
that
will say,
too.
hardest, people will always think that it would be Jax Taylor, but actually Jax, I want to say, is one of the easiest. He never gives me problems. I know you're like rolling, like,
yeah,
no.
because, well, also, like, anything that he does, like, you know that, like, I'm the one doing it for him.
I'm aware. He still doesn't know how to, I don't know if you guys know this, but Jax Taylor does not know how to put a swipe up link on his Instagram story.
He has no idea. He has no idea. So every single time he posts something, I am the one doing it for him.
Or I am.
Yeah, or you are. You got, Lori has access to our Instagrams.
Yeah, I do. And sometimes, he'll just post something and I just, that's being deleted right now. But no, people actually think, I've seen online and everything, they think I have access to his Twitter. That's the one platform I actually feel like I need it the most, but I don't have access to it.
Oh, yeah, it was like a whole thing. People were like, oh my gosh, Jackson's publicist had to take over his Twitter. Like, it was a whole thing, which I know, like, you've definitely wanted to a bunch of times.
Totally. And I just don't have access to it on my phone. For some reason, it always logged me out. But no, I mean, granted, I've texted Jax. I've yelled at Jax, like, take that down now. And he listens, You see Jax post and delete. That's his thing. That's his jam.
Yeah. And also me, I'm the same. I'm like, take it down now. It's like a whole thing. Okay. So I want to know, we're here on Lori's 40th birthday, like I said, but she really doesn't turn 40 until August. So she's been like, everybody's saying happy birthday to me. I'm getting a little anxiety from it because everybody keeps telling me happy birthday.
I'm still 39, guys.
So how do you feel turning 40?
You know what? I want to say it's been definitely the most reflective birthday year. I feel like turning 30, you really think to yourself, am I happy with everything in my life right now? Personally, professionally, you feel like 40, like once you get to that age, it's like, oh my God, what's next? And you just think about your family also. Like, I think of my parents and like, they're older, and it's scary to think of what next. I can't believe that my boys are going to be 10. Like, to me, I still think of like the twins that I gave birth to.
She has twins. For people who do not know, twins. That is like parenting goals. If you are able to have twins, I'm sorry, like that is amazing. Like,
thank you.
That's gotta be hard as hell.
It was definitely
when they're
really,
especially
really hard.
Infants, like 2 at one time. Like like
PTSD, complete utter PTSD. They were also born super premature. They were in the NICU for a long time, but we got through it, and they're truly my biggest blessings. They've taught me so much. I love them so much. But yeah, it's just interesting working with, all these girls sitting here that are all, not you, Britt, but a lot they're in their 20s, you know?
You just called me out really hard. Not you,
but
Britt.
They're all, they're not.
I'm like, oh, crap.
They're either just getting married or engaged, or they're in relationships waiting to get engaged.
Which, other than you, I am the oldest one here, I realized.
Trust me, I know.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm 34. Serena is like 25. I was like, oh my goodness.
Right? But it's just so interesting to see, because you guys have so much life ahead of you. Like right now, your lives, you feel like you've been through so much, and you have. Most people have not experienced, being on a huge national television show, being scrutinized by, social media and all that. That's really, really difficult. But your whole life is ahead of you. Like your marriage, your children, knock on wood, and that is... Right? Like,
yeah, and I think that's why we've all bonded so well on this trip. Like, everybody here has been amazing. Like, I feel like I've bonded with each and every single person here because we've been able to talk about our experiences, and we all can relate because it's such a small group who does reality TV. And we are very blessed, but we also go through a lot of hard things together. So it's awesome to be able to share it with people who know what you're talking about. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So this trip has been amazing. Not only because we can do that, because we're in Cabo at the Blue Desert villas and everything. Like, are you kidding me? It's been incredible. We had the best views. We went on a yacht. It was absolutely amazing. Taking tequila shots. You guys know I love my tequila. Hey. Okay, so a big question I want to ask you.
Okay, before you ask it, because I see that question in front of me right now.
She's reading my iPad and like looking at my questions.
No. Could we just talk about...
You're not supposed to look at the questions.
Okay, I won't. But you said hardest client. I do want to bring up one thing, because I know everybody thinks Brittany, she's so sweet. She's so amazing. She is. She truly is. But let me tell you a little bit about Brittany, okay? And this is when you were just filmed on Watch What Happens Live, okay?
All right.
So before you film...
Remember, you're my PR.
I know. Well, Wait, this is it. This is actually an important fact that I want everybody to hear me on right now.
Okay.
Just because you're somebody's publicist doesn't necessarily mean that your client listens to you. Ever. And I find the publicist is always the one to blame, but there's only so much we could do. And that will bring me to your next question.
See, you're not supposed to know about my next question.
But
that's not fair.
What I will say, watch What Happens Live, okay?
Okay, all right. Whenever me and Jax went to watch What Happens Live,
yeah, when you and Jax, and Jax is the exact same way too. But, whenever you go to an interview and they're going to interview you about an episode, they are told they actually give you access to watch the episode days before. So you're prepped for the interview. Never do Jax and Brittany watch the interview prior. And never. So I'm always, as their publicist, I'm like, I cannot believe they're going to ask you questions. This was the Vanderpump Rules episode.
We watch it like in the car. Or like in the makeup room or in the green room. Like,
they're not watching it. There's no way they could actually hear what's going on in the green room or anything like that.
And Lori, you know this about me. It's because of anxiety. It's because I get so worked up. Like, if I know I have to do something, like, I would rather wait to the last minute to watch the show than watch it, like, days prior and, like, let it build up in my mind. I'd rather watch it as I'm on the way to do an interview about it instead of watching it days prior, because it's just, like, a mental thing for me.
It's just so funny because they'll literally be getting on the flight to New York. Don't forget, watch the episode. Yeah, we're doing it. Then I asked them when they got, did you watch the episode? No, not yet. We're just getting into bed. We're ordering food. We're going to watch it the next morning. Did you watch it? No, we're going to watch it on the way to the studio.
We literally watch it in the Uber on the way to the studio.
But you guys wing it. And obviously they know a lot what happens because they're friends with these people, right? Yeah. They don't need to watch the episodes. They hear what goes on.
But also what's on TV sometimes is different than what happened. Like, so you have to watch it to, like, have the best reaction to what is actually shown compared to what you remember going through. Because they show it from everybody's angles and not just your own angle. So you have to, like, think about it like that. Okay, moving on. My last question for you, because we got so many girls to interview and I can't wait to do it all. If you were Tom and Raquel/Rachel's publicist, how would you have handled this differently?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
dun.
So this brings me back. This brings me back to the point that I made before. Just because you're someone's publicist doesn't necessarily mean that the client listens. I could tell you without even knowing, I promise you that Sandoval's publicist did not tell him to do that Howie Mandel podcast. There's no way, there's no professional publicist or manager in this world that would have guided him that way. I personally think that Sandoval is the type of guy that he wants to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it and doesn't give a shit, whatever, what anybody else has to say. And I think it was probably in crisis mode, right? And when you're in crisis mode, you should really be listening to the professionals around you who are able to guide you properly. But I don't think he did that. What I would have done as his publicist, number one, I think in general, I can be a lot harsher than most publicists when I need to be. And I find a lot of publicists, they don't cross that barrier of unprofessionalism where I feel close enough with my clients where I'll scream at Jax. If I need Jax to listen to me, I feel like I could get him to listen. Yeah. I think at that point, somebody really needed to shake Sandoval and say, so much is on the line here, not just regarding yourself, but also there was Schwartz. There was Ariana, who was his partner, who he needed to, even though he disrespected her, he still should have given her a certain level of respect after being with her for a decade. Yes. So I think, and his businesses, his restaurants, and the people that work there. So I definitely, as his publicist, I feel like I would have been able to get through to him more. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'd like to think that I would have also told him to completely lay low
and not go on and do band things and change lyrics in your songs.
No. So I'm going to tell you something.
Right?
Truly, he needed to put out a statement apologizing
to Ariana
sincerely
first.
To Ariana after apologizing to her personally, one-on-one, and then he needed to completely lay low. And when I say lay low, not doing podcasts, not going on your band tour. Harry Styles, Justin Bieber, they cancel massive concerts. Sandoval, you could have canceled your concerts.
Exactly. You are a cover band. Shut up.
Yeah. At that time, he needed to completely just lay low. And he did the complete opposite. And I think, he's paid the price for that now. Hopefully he's learned.
Yeah, everybody can grow. And that's one thing. Like, I do hope for growth and stuff from Sandoval, from Raquel, for everything. Everybody can change. Like, look at my husband. Like, you can grow and change and be a better person. And that's what I want for everybody. I just think that they have handled this so bad.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And I'm right? and I'm hopeful. I'm really hopeful that he's going to be able to watch all this back. And I think a lot of reality stars, when they're able to watch the episodes back and see themselves and how they acted, they are able to process it differently.
Yep.
So hopefully after, he listens to himself on the Howie Mandel podcast, when he watches the reunion back and the lies that he said, hopefully he is able to make those changes. Yeah. And I do believe that, people can change. So I'm hopeful.
Fingers crossed that he can change, but also go Ariana, killing it. All right. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you.
Also, happy 40th birthday. Thanks for having us all. We've had so much fun. Love you. Okay, everybody, we have Giannina next. Oh, my goodness. This girl is sexy as hell.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, G. I've been calling you G all weekend. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad we did this podcast on the third day because I feel like I got to know each and every one of you more. Mm-hmm. So that's what I wanted. I wanted to get to know your personalities more before I interviewed you guys. But
I'm so comfortable. I want to tell you everything.
Yes. Don't be. Everybody's looking at my screen trying to read their questions first. No. G, I will say, me and Jax definitely watched the first season of Love is Blind.
You know all my secrets.
We were so invested. That was me and Jax, we're not huge reality people, but at the same time we are on different things, if that makes sense. I loved Love is Blind. I love a lot of TLC shows and things like that. But I want to know, because now that I know you and know how sweet and beautiful and kind you are, I want to know if you feel like you were portrayed in the wrong way whenever you were on the first season of Love is Blind.
So Love is Blind was, and when you'll talk to the Bachelor girls, it's a heart. It's a show that pulls on your heartstrings. Mm-hmm. So you're emotional, you're on edge, you're another version of yourself that you are not normally around your friends and family. So, but nevertheless, that was me. That's how I reacted. So I don't think that was, I never say that was a false portrayal of how I am, but it's not the only portrayal of how I am.
Right.
So I'm not mad about it. I think that where I am was accurate. The person who I was brought that out in me. And I'm actually super proud of how I navigated everything since then.
Because, you're happy now. You're in a great relationship. You were
everything happens for a reason.
On it. But you were with Damien. Mm-hmm. You were with him for 2 years after that. I found out, getting to know you better. Mm-hmm. And it's just so crazy because I feel like he turned you down at the altar, and it's whoa, because I feel like you're way out of his league. Sorry, just not saying that. Mm-hmm. But also at the same time, how did you handle that? That moment, and it's so public, and I know from experience how hard it is to relive things that are so public and can be kind of embarrassing or traumatizing for you as an individual. So how did you get over that moment and still continue to date each other?
Totally. So for me, it was a two-prong approach. So I went into the whole experience. They recruited me. I never applied. I didn't think that I was ever going to be on a show in my entire life. So when it all came to me, you have to understand me as a person that everything was always going to happen for a reason and everything's meant to be. And so when I met him, when I got casted on the show, and then when I met him, it was all very much the universe has a plan for me. The universe has a plan. And then when I saw him, and then when we interacted, again, the universe has a plan. I don't understand why this is happening, but it ended up being a situation where he wanted me to be all in the relationship. And I always felt hesitant. But because he was so persuasive and so sweet and a knight in shining armor, I felt wow, the universe brought me this situation, this beautiful wedding and this person that's like ready to fight for me. So I'm going to go for it. And that's where I felt like I was always 50-50. If this was supposed to be like my life, then it's meant to be and I'm going to be fine. If it's not, then I'm also going to be fine. And that was my whole entire like perspective on the whole experiment. So when he said no.
Well, I love that you say experiment because that was literally an experiment.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
you have
love
no
is blind. Like,
idea.
you're talking to each other through, like, a screen. Like, you did not even see each other.
No.
Right? Like, it's like you are engaged to somebody
without
even seeing what they look like. Mm-hmm. Like, that is crazy.
And you're just like crossing your fingers, thinking like, oh my God, like I hope that it's gonna be, you know, the soul connection and the physical connection.
Yeah.
But if it's not the physical, then it's just a friendship.
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's probably like could be one of your best friends, but it just wasn't meant to be otherwise.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's what ended up happening. And so my entire perspective on it was very logical. However, I was super emotionally involved, but I was always like, if it's meant to be, it's supposed to. If it's not, it's not. So when he said, when I was on the altar and I was like, I do, and he goes, I do not, me and Jackson were like, like, no. But my mom like grabbed her bouquet, like tossed it on the floor, and I was so embarrassed because it was like my family and friends, but not really, because I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah.
And it was always 50-50.
Yeah.
And even the night before, he was like, I don't know what I'm going to say. So I knew going in. And to tell you the truth, Brittany, I was so relieved.
Really? Okay, awesome. I love hearing that, and I'm sure everybody else will love hearing that. I'm so happy because obviously you're so happy now, and you're dating Blake, who is also from the Bachelor Nation, which is crazy because we're all on this trip together, and everybody's like, "What the hell is happening? Like, how do you guys all know each other?" But one more question about Love Is Blind. I want to know how Vanessa and Nick were, because right now it's been like so public that there has been a lot of people saying they were like rude or this and that. Like, you know, there's just been a lot of things going on around about them. So I just want to know how they were in person to you, like specifically.
Right. To me, they were amazing. Good. I watched, the entire time that I was on the show, I felt like it was in the Truman Show. You know what I mean? Like, is this real life? Yeah. Like, is this actually like happening? So the first reality TV show that I ever saw was Newlyweds with Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson.
Oh, yeah. So
yes.
Random is this chicken or tuna?
Yeah, it's chicken. And I was like, oh my God. And I wanted to bring it up so many times, but clearly I'm not. And anyway, so we were there and they were very sweet and trying to be involved. However, it's just not the one-on-one relationship that you need in that type of environment, where I'm not going to lie, I needed that. Like, I needed somebody to be like, I watched you from A to Z, and I want you to feel like you're in a position where, like, you're making the right decision. And I did not get that. And I'm not going to lie. Everybody knows. I do feel like they are qualified for the job, but I want them to be more integrated in the actual like lives and relationships and storylines if they want to be a host of somebody that's going through an entirely life-changing, altering, mind-blowing experience.
That makes so much sense. Thank you for answering, because like I know so many people are going to want to know that question. Now, though, you are in love. You're with Blake. How did you guys meet?
So we were on a show called All Star Shore.
Okay.
And they put a bunch of, it's from MTV and Paramount Plus. They grabbed a bunch of reality TV stars from Jersey Shore, The Circle, Love Is Blind, Bachelor, you name it. We were all thrown on an island and told to compete for $150,000.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the way that we were going to win $150,000 was to make fun party games and to just like beat each other at it. So this was my redemption show. I was going to go and just have a fun, show my personality.
Like show you who you really
Who
are.
I am.
I'm telling you guys, she is fun as hell. Not only she's hot as hell, she's fun.
Thank
You're
you.
sweet as hell. You are a great person. So I'm glad I'm getting to know you for who you are. And I want people that are listening to know that too.
Thank you. I don't like to say no, clearly. And I love to just be like a fun person, which I wasn't able to show. So this was my moment. And then I had a dating show 2 months after. So I was like, okay, this is going to be like the fun hot girl summer. And then I'm going to go super serious and like be like the sultry, like mysterious bitch, like on Netflix, which never ended up happening. So anyway, I got onto the All-Star Shore show and I'm walking down the beach. I introduce myself and then Blake comes down and he's like, hi, I'm Blake. And I was like, wait, like, why do you seem so familiar? He goes, I'm from The Bachelorette. And like the biggest smile, this man, like big blue eyes, biggest smile, like delicious energy. And I was just like, I was like, no, like the one like show that I didn't want to get hooked up with, no offense, is like The Bachelor, Bachelorette. Like there's just so much drama. Like I just like distance myself from so much drama. I'm like, that's what I'm trying to do. And we like were like Velcro, like super glue.
Like from the beginning.
From the beginning.
How fast did you guys, because you live together now, right?
We live together.
How fast did you guys move in with each other?
Okay, Brittany. So, girl, we did the show. He asked me to be his girlfriend 10 days in on a non-dating show. And then my family got COVID on a non-dating show. If you wanted to, you would. And my family got COVID, and it was Christmas, like right after. And I was like, oh, my family has COVID. Like my Christmas is canceled. He goes, do you want to come to Denver? And like immediately booked my ticket. He bought it. We went. And that was 2 weeks after we met. And I never left Denver.
Wow.
And I like immediately moved in. I've never left. The whole upstairs is mine. The whole house is mine.
Hey, no judgment here. I moved in with Jax like super fast. So like, and like
when you know, you know.
When you know, you know. And that's another question I was going to ask. How do you know that Blake is the one? Do you see yourself getting engaged, married, like future plans, kids, all that stuff? How do you know that Blake was the one?
So I know that Blake is the one because I want my babies to look like him.
That's good.
Yeah. I want to have his babies. And that's just something that I never felt in my entire life. And I was just like, I want your eyes, I want your smile, I want your teeth, I want you in me.
Oh my God, I love that. Okay, so for every single guest here, I'm going to ask a question from the fan. This is a fan question from Blockade.h. Which is your man. He said, how drunk did you get my girlfriend? So I just had to ask that question. How drunk did I get you?
Okay, Brittany, I've literally been saying, how am I not blacked out right now walking around naked? Because the amount of shots that you have shoved down my throat voluntarily, and thank you, darling, are insane. So, Blake, you wish I got this drunk, baby.
I feel like, are they watered down? Like, what the hell is happening? Because, like, I feel pretty sober right now. We're at, what time is it?
So
it's almost 10 o'clock at night, and we're on day 3.
I think we need another shot. Miguel, can you come and do another round, please?
All right, it's time for speed round. I'm also going to do this. Actually, hold on. Before we do speed round, Jax has asked a question because he's obviously my co-host.
Like, my heart's palpitating.
So this is going to be a question from Jax that I'm going to ask every single one of you guys. Mm-hmm. If you could, this is from Jax. If you could hop on any other reality TV show, which one would it be and why?
Okay, so any other reality TV show, I'm going to go Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, that's a good one. Your body's killer.
I mean, I want to be in a thong, like shake my ass, and I want to get paid.
So. Hell yes. I love it. Good answer. Okay, speed round. Ready? Okay, 5 questions, and you have like 2 seconds to answer. It's got to be fast, 1 answer questions. Ready?
Yes.
Favorite reality show and favorite reality star of all time?
Bachelorette, Blake Horseman.
Celebrity Hall Pass.
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Girl.
Superman.
Biggest
Matt
regret
John.
while on TV.
I don't have any.
Ooh, good for you. Best advice for other couples.
Follow your heart. Don't ever let outside influence dictate the relationship that you feel like you need to have.
Amen.
For the best or the worst. You got to go through it.
I love that. What's one question you wish I had asked you, and how would you have answered?
What's the best sex of my life?
Oh, how would you have answered?
Baby, I'm having it right now.
Hey. All right. Thank you, G. I love you so much. Thank you. That was so fun. All right. Up next is Hannah Godwin. Everybody knows her as Hannah G, I will say. We're doing a shot.
We're from
Ready?
the South.
So, from
how
the
we
South.
do it. We're doing a quick
Alabama,
shot.
Kentucky. Shot. Here we go.
Yeehaw.
Whoop, whoop.
Uh-oh.
Yeehaw. Yeehaw.
Help. Anyways, I'm good.
Okay, so everybody knows Hannah from The Bachelor. Cutie patootie. Little
We're
Barbie,
matching right now in
little
our
thing.
PJs.
Like, you're just cute as a button, I will say. A lot of people want to know, Hannah, because obviously you're getting married soon to Dylan, the love of
Is
your
that
life.
the rumors going around?
I think there's a rumor that you might be getting married soon.
In like a few weeks.
Like, is it happening? Are you
It's
actually
happening.
getting married soon?
It's happening in August. So, yeah, like actually soon.
Woo woo! I'm
So it's
so
not
happy.
a rumor anymore.
I'm
yeah.
so happy for
It's
you guys.
intense. I'm scared.
so friggin' happy for you guys. But why are you not wearing your wedding ring right now? We are in Cabo.
You noticed?
Taking thousands of photos. People want to know, why are you not wearing your wedding ring? Because I swear, if I go to the gym or do anything, people take pictures and are like, oh, Jackson Brittany got a divorce. She's not wearing her wedding ring for 1 second. So I'm sure you're getting a lot of questions like, why are you not wearing your wedding ring right now? I really want to know.
Well, things have changed in the past week. So air that and then cut. No. I actually don't know. So the day before I came to Cabo, and I feel really naked not wearing it. Do you say naked?
Naked.
I love naked. I feel really naked not wearing a ring. But the day before I came to Cabo, he woke me up really early. It was like actually like kind of sketchy early. It was like 6:30 in the morning. He's like, hey, Han, where's your ring? I have to hand it to something. And I'm like, what? I was like, it's in the bathroom. Because I don't sleep in my ring. Do you sleep in your ring? You do?
If I don't think about it, I do. But sometimes it's like annoying because I'm like, you can feel it. Like I'm a person who sleeps on my stomach with my hands under the pillow. So that's like a whole thing. If you feel your ring, you're like, "Nyeh."
I
It doesn't feel
try
good.
to
So
sleep with
take it
no
off.
jewelry.
Yeah, I try to take it off, but sometimes I forget.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. You take
Anyways,
it off.
I was in my forgetting it moment.
Yeah.
And it was in the bathroom. And I was like, I think it's in the bathroom, whatever. And then I wake up and I haven't had my ring since. So now it's been 3 days. And I was like, I don't really know what's going on. And I also don't want to like bother him too much.
Do you think he's like making it like grander or like bigger? Like, what do you think
maybe
is
he's
happening?
cleaning it?
Or
Maybe
yeah, what if
he's
cleaning
doing
it?
a whole other. Yeah, maybe he's like, girl, you got to clean this. But you know, I will say, I said in the beginning, and I said this to some of the girls earlier, like, I love the ring that I have a lot, but a lot of the like significance that came with it, like us being proposed on a show and getting engaged and everything, like, I would always be like, well, was that for the show thing or was it for me? I was like, if you ever did do it, like, I'd want you to ask my dad, like, an intimate, not like for TV, blah, blah. And he understands that. So part of me is like, is he like picking up on this? I'm not really
Do
sure.
you think he's gonna ask you to marry him right before you get married?
I hope he doesn't hear this. I don't know. I don't know. And also, can you imagine?
That
he
would
like
be
actually
super cute.
So we got engaged. What, like after 3 weeks? Can you imagine if like 3 weeks before our actual wedding he re-proposes? Like,
I mean, like the timing is perfect.
why not?
You got engaged after knowing each other for 3 weeks. Is that what you
throw
said?
it in there. Yeah.
Wow.
Or 3, right? Right, Serena?
Wow.
Serena's in here too. We're like, I think it's around that timeline. But like, can you imagine like right before the wedding? Like it would make sense, but it is weird at this point being like, oh wait, I don't have a ring. I actually don't know what he's up to. He might be like matching it with like a wedding band or I really don't know. And I don't want to put pressure on it either because I've never been like a big like ring or like moment person. I think we just had those conversations a few times where we were like, I was like, well, I want to like, yeah, like it's funny. I don't have a band. Like I'm just kind of like, well,
Lori, you have to tell.
Lori's in here speaking up. You have to tell us.
I personally think that he's probably matching it to a band. I mean, the wedding's a lot of money.
But why? But is that how it goes? I actually don't know. Like, is he like just being like, yeah, I'm going to go match it for you? I don't know.
Maybe. Or
I'm just talking through. I
think it's so sweet that you don't know what's going on and that it's going to be a surprise for you, and that's so special. You know what I mean?
I like that for once. I don't know what's going on, and even if it's like the smallest thing ever, like that's
so. That
special.
brings me to another question. Like, did you know that you were going to get engaged, and does the show provide rings to all of you guys?
So,
how does that work?
First question. No, I didn't know I was getting engaged. He kind of did a little surprise on me, but we both had chatted about like not being engaged after knowing each other for only 3 weeks, right? Like, but yeah, woo! And we see how that went, but you know, I think in the moment and in the heat of it and everything, like it just kind of happened, and it was so special in that sense. And Serena and I actually talked in the pool all day about it, where there is that like beautiful side of it where you're like, well, like we're on this like social experiment and it actually worked and it is special and cool. But then at the same time, you're like, well, like, is this what I, like signed up for? Like, you're just kind of confused what's going on. But luckily, like, Dylan is my person and it worked out.
Yeah. How did you know he was the one? Like, I just feel like it's what you guys go through on The Bachelor or like Love is Blind is so different from like how I met Jax. Like I met him very organically, and it was like, which it was very fast too. Like I moved in with him after like 2.5 months. So like we were very fast, and then I was like thrown on a show, and that was kind of crazy too. But for you guys, it's like you're getting like matched up kind of, you know what I mean?
Well, it's so different because you're like on a show that people are following and all this stuff. And we are, or a lot of us, almost all of us here were part of like a social experiment technically, right? And we all knew we were signing up for this, and we're contestants on like a show to see if this works or whatever. And so we all sign up for that knowing that, but we are also humans, and especially this week and other weeks getting to know everybody, we're all just kind of like, wow, like we are all so normal, and somehow we kind of ended up in this, but like
we are very normal. For everybody listening, we're all like, normal people, very normal, and like everybody
crazy.
here is amazing and has been so much fun and absolutely incredible people. Just so you guys know,
everybody's the best.
Yeah,
we had the best week. But yeah, it's cool that it kind of worked out somehow, honestly. And even Dylan and I talk about it all the time. Like, someone will come up to him and they're like, can we take a photo? And I'm like making fun of him after. I'm like, Dylan, you were such a weirdo after that. Like, because it's just like so bizarre that we're in this position, but it's awesome, but it's cool, but it's just crazy and like silly. And 100%. He's like, just like, what are we even doing? And I'm like, I don't know. We just met each other.
How did you know that Dylan was the one? I want to know.
I think it's so hard to like explain it in words. I had never experienced that before, and everybody's like, when you know, you know. And I was like, that's so annoying. Like,
but it's true.
What does that mean? Really?
It's true.
Like when you know, you know. And you're like, okay, well, that's not enough like evidence for me to know really who to choose. Yeah. But there was just not a single doubt in my mind at all. And I know it's like so cliche and silly, but like there was no doubt. And we would say this from the beginning. He's my best friend and he's family. And that was where I was like, I can't lose that. And I'm going to fight for whatever it takes and vice versa to make sure that happens. And I guess that's what it is. And luckily 4 years later, we're
you've
like,
been together for 4 years,
yeah,
right?
We've been together for a minute now, and it's we still feel like that.
That's a minute. That's a minute.
Now, like even more. We still talk about it. I'm like, wow, I'm actually surprised. We're like, we never had we're losing this or this. Very luckily, we've been like
Yeah. Well,
we always talk about it.
I
it's
am
great.
so happy for you. You have a wedding coming up. You're going to be the most beautiful bride. I'm like so freaking excited for you. I got to say one thing really fast. Jax blocked Dylan on social media once.
He blocked me before,
Oh,
too.
he blocked you, too?
Yeah, he blocked me
I thought
before.
it was just Dylan that he
No, it's
blocked.
both of us. I wore a sweatshirt the other day. Yeah. And it says, blocked by Jax. Of course I'm going to wear it.
Yes. Yeah. But it's funny. It's because, okay, I will say.
When I tell you, I am honored. And I'm not one of those people that are, I'm not like, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm actually honored by this. And a t-shirt came from it too. And I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Blocked by Jax. Yeah. It was because Jax like was here. Like, okay.
Do you have tea on that? We got to hear.
Well, it's because we have Lori too. And I think Jax was like so jealous. And like, he not that he was so jealous, but he was just very like protective and being like, yeah. But like, it wasn't even the same show. So it doesn't even matter.
Jax needs to be the number one client in the group.
But it was so embarrassing to me. I was like, why the hell did you do that? Like, to me, I'm like, why do you care? What is going on? Like,
Dylan is just as chaotic. Dylan is very chaotic. So I'm like,
Jax is very, like, if something happens, he's very quick to be like, block, 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 block. And that's why blocked by Jax is like such a big thing because he's done it so many times.
Brittany, I am so honored, and I
but
hope
he unblocked you, and we love you guys. You know that.
No, I absolutely know that.
I loved you guys always.
But just know, I'm the most honored to actually. So the girl that spray tans me like loves Vanderpump, and I was like, by the way, I was actually blocked by Jax.
I hate that though, because you're so sweet.
No. But what was funny is, I had asked him when I went to your house one time. We were on the pool, and I was like, it was this whole thing, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna ask him. Like, can I say fuck it? Sorry.
Yeah, say whatever you want to say.
And I asked him, I was like, Jax, like, why did you block me? Because like, I'm actually like, I try to not be too like controversial. Like, I wasn't even like liking his stuff on Twitter. It's just like really funny. I didn't even follow him.
It's probably like he's just so weird about stuff.
No, but that's sometimes. What he said. He was like, I think I like saw like Lori post to you about a few times, and I was like, whatever. And so it wasn't that deep, and I respect that because his blocks aren't like other blocks. When I've blocked somebody, this is a deep, serious conversation. When Jax blocks somebody, I think it's like such a quick fix. He's like,
in a mood.
He's like, well, we'll deal with this later. And I love that I even made it to it. No, I swear, Brittany, like it's my biggest
so
honor, and I wear my sweatshirt with pride.
We obviously love you, and you're welcome to 4th of July. Like, it's the best. Anyways, okay.
I love it.
Question from
I'm going to make it my new Instagram bio.
I'm going to ask everybody, if you could hop on any other reality TV show, which one would it be and why?
I love TLC, and I know you love it too. But so many of them are so like crazy and chaotic and problematic. I'm trying to think of one that I want to actually be on. But guys, by the way, Brittany and I, we bond over being Southern and having weird interests in like the weird shows on TLC. It's not like normal TLC shows.
And also, I think out of everybody
like
here,
we both
I've known
love
Hannah
it
the longest. I mean, obviously, other than Lori, I've known Hannah the longest because that was a bunch of questions that I got from like people. They were
and I tried to bring up to Brittany. Right, sorry, we're like going a different path really quickly, but like the first time I met Brittany, I was so nervous, and I was like, I know
you
she's
were
a Southern
nervous.
girl too. Yes, we went to, I think it was Sir, right, Lori? Or what's the?
We went to the Abbey?
When I got off the show.
We don't remember. You were nervous to meet me? Oh my gosh.
Of course. I was like, wow, like
it's so weird to think that people would be nervous to meet you, you know?
I know.
And I get it. We're all normal as hell.
I know, but like I'm coming from Alabama. I just got off the show, and it was like 2 days later, and Lori's like, well, I have this girl, Brittany, like she like has this, she's on this show, like Vanderpump. And I was like, whoa, my mom loves that show. I was like, so let's go hang out. And I was like a little nervous right at first. I was like, hi, nice to meet you. You have like such a sweet presence. And I was like, is she actually cool? And no, turns out she's actually like this at all times. Like sweet, positive.
So are you.
Truly amazing. No, like genuinely lovely. But anyways, so great. But a TLC show that I would be on, any that I could.
You're like anyone.
Any of them.
Anyone on TLC.
I mean, I really like the storylines of 90 Day Fiancé. And it's funny, but because I was on 15 Day Fiancé and they're not like highlighting that enough. But like, how many days was it, honestly?
I love 90 Day
19.
Fiancé.
19 Day Fiancé.
It's like one of my
instead of 90 Day
favorite shows.
I love it. I
ever.
love a mess. and I thrive on it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I got to ask you a question from the fan really quick. From at Julia Zanussi. How much of Bachelor Nation is invited to Hannah's wedding?
Ooh, okay. So it's like it's like a destination wedding. So we've had to be careful and make it a small list.
Yeah.
I think we've maybe only invited like 8-ish. I would be surprised if half
come.
Ended up.
I mean, it's a destination wedding, like you said.
But I would love for everyone to come. I would love for everyone to come, and that would the invitation list was my hardest thing ever.
Oh,
like,
that's
I
so
hate
hard.
that.
It's hard.
But who knows? We'll see.
We're
I'm
still
so
happy
waiting
for
on
you guys.
RSVPs.
Congratulations on everything, and I'm so excited to see your wedding photos, and you're going to be so beautiful as a bride. I cannot wait. Okay, speed round really fast. Ready?
Uh-oh.
Favorite reality show and favorite reality star of all time. Fast.
Vanderpump Rule. Show.
Who's your favorite?
Brittany. You.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Okay. Celebrity Hall Pass.
Zac Efron.
Ooh.
Nick Jonas.
Biggest regret while on TV.
Not being decisive enough. Fuck.
Best advice for other couples.
Forgive each other every once in a while. It's okay.
Oh, good. What's one question you wish I had asked you today, and how would you have answered?
I wish we could just do this like by the pool. Like I went deep, and like I just like love chatting with you, and you're such an angel. I don't know, something about work, but actually not. This is great. Crush it. Good job.
I love you.
Okay.
Thank you, Hannah G. Woo woo.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank you so
crushed
much
it.
for doing it. I appreciate it so much. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap up episode 1 of the girls trip because we are just spilling so much tea. So I'm going to have Serena, Abigail, and Rachel on next week. So make sure you guys tune into that as well for part 2 of our girls trip Cabo style. We've had the best time ever. Thanks so much for listening to When Reality Hits with Jax and Brittany. We love ya.